What's going on? I'm coming to you from Nashville, and I'm going to be flying to the incredible city of Chicago. Very excited for this flight. Let's go ahead and get this plane started up. Get ready for action. Love to hear how you guys are doing, how life is going. Of course, I already gotta adjust this bar again. Okay. Go. Turn up the overhead lighting, emergency exit light arm. Let's turn on our seatbelt lights and on nav logo. No smoking signs auto. Let's turn on our cruise supply and let's do the adheres. Hey, we just got our flight clearance from VATSIM. Right on time. I will say, if you're flying over America in VATSIM, that clearance is a little bit easier because they're going to give it to you via the vPilot software as opposed to doing it verbally, but I'm good with you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run the APU fire tests. Brilliant. Okay. And here. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and raise this armrest, turn up these floodlights. Okay, and let's get the flight pad going. Let's import our flight plan from Simbri. And we're going to go to mass imbalance. We're going to send this data to the MCDU, and then we're going to load our aircraft using the wonders of GSX.
Boarding requested.
And let me know
truck is
what you guys are thinking today. Love to hear from you.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay. Here we go. Go to init. Today we're flying from Nashville, KBNA, to Chicago, KORD. Josh, so glad to have you on the stream, man. I know I can count on you, man. Thanks for the good vibes. Thanks for the positive encouragement on the flight. Let's hope that it lives up to what you said. I hope it is a good flight.
Fuel truck is
Flying
in position.
United today. Josh, how you doing today, man? How you feeling?
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
39. Okay, we're gonna be up at 39,000. Goodness gracious, that's a high cruise. Okay, and departure. Like probably runway 20 right, and look, Chicago is interesting when it comes to departures. It's mainly like fly this runway heading and wait for advice. Like that's pretty much. Oh yeah, I forgot we're actually flying out of Nashville, so actually there's a. Okay, so. Sorry, I'm like looking at my iPad because I have to check all this info. I'm gonna go to the
Passengers boarding started.
Krista 3 departure with transition Olsey, and that's how things are looking right now. Let's go ahead and turn around so we can see the people arriving on the flight. Okay, so Josh said he's doing great, not frozen anymore where I live, so enjoying that. I agree. I am in the same boat. I am enjoying not freezing to death because that's how it felt last week. It was like -2 degrees. My week is going great. I'm having a fantastic week. Thanks for asking, Josh. Hope you're having a good week too, man. Thanks for supporting the stream and watching and for the encouragement, man. That's really means a lot to me. Okay, so this fuel's gonna tick up for a second, so I'm just gonna let that fuel tick up. That's just a common Phoenix thing. You gotta let it fill. Let's take a look at the cabin, see what's going on back here. We got a dude who had a triangle head for a second. Now that's resolved.
Hello.
GSX is really coming a long way. Like, with every update, they make things even more and more realistic. It is true that when everyone gets on the plane in GSX, they tend to sit in the same spots. So, my only feedback is I hope they start kind of randomizing the people who sit, so that way it's a seating arrangement each time. But just the fact that you get this dose of realism and you can actually see the cabin is just really unique.
Welcome on board.
You can even kind of see it from a different angle here, which is cool because you can kind of look out the window and say hi to Nashville, and then you over here at the cool people. I think that's Ben Roethlisberger right there, actually. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure that's Big Ben right there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a look at the pre-flight clearance that we got from vPilot, because vPilot sent me a bunch of information. So I know I'm cleared to Chicago, okay, and then it's cleared me for the Krista 3 departure, which is good. And I know I've got the ULSI transition.
Hello.
We're going to be, let's see. Okay, so we're going to maintain 4,000 feet when we first take off, and then we're going to expect flight level 390 5 minutes after departure. Our departure frequency is 119.35, and our transponder code is 1625. We're going to squawk 1625. So, you know, if you're flying over America and you're doing VATSIM, you're going to get these details in your vPilot. You're going to get it through the ACARS. So, it's a nice, simple system the way that works, and I highly recommend doing that. Okay, so now that I've got that info, one thing I can do is I can go ahead and put 4,000 into my autopilot here, because I know that's my initial climb. It'll cooperate. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in my squawk, because I already know my squawk code is 1625. Okay, so I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to turn my transponder on. And yeah, so I got that information set. Now all I got to do is going to go back here. So now that this fuel is all the way up, I know for a fact that I can move on to a different tab. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go to flight plan. And we've only got a couple waypoints to enter into. Great, it's good when you only have a couple. So I'm going to put in IIU, which is probably going to give you multiple options. It's frequency 114.8, so it's this one. And then after IIU, it's HEVAN,
Boarding pass, please.
heaven, spelled differently. And yeah. So there you go. Okay, so I'm going to enter that in. I'm going to keep the flight plan discontinuity because there's manual right before it. So if you see flight plan discontinuity and there's manual, oftentimes that's actually there for a purpose and you want to leave it. But notice when I put in my arrival, when I put in, because I believe most likely I'm landing runway 10 center. I don't know this for sure, but this is my guess. And I'm probably going to be doing the VEEC-5 arrival, the VEEC-5 star.
Good morning.
Notice, oh, okay, transition.
Welcome on
Let
board.
me double check that because I want to make sure I've got this detail right. So, yeah, transition. Bont sounds German. Okay. So now when I put that in, I'm actually going to go ahead and clear this flight plan discontinuity. For any pilots out there, if I got that wrong, just let me know. I'm sure there's probably something I'm getting wrong here. But yeah.
Good morning.
So there you go, we got another manual there, so we're going to use that. Okay, so that's our flight plan. And Josh asked, how often do you fly per week, including the times when you aren't recording your flights? You know, my goal is to just record all the flights I do, so that way, you know, there's plenty of stuff for the channel. I do probably about 3 flights a week. you know, because I stay super busy, so there's just not much more time than that, but I try to do 3 flights a week if I can.
May I see your boarding pass?
Okay, so I'm going to go to init. I'm going to go to this next page. I'm on the init fuel page. Now on the Phoenix, what you can do is you can just send this data to the MCDU again. Then I'm going to come down here, and oh yeah, also I need to look at wind. I'm going to take a look at the pilot brief. -3 wind, so tiny headwinds, not really much of anything. Not anything to write home about. Yeah, so now that I've done that, I go to performance. We're going to do a flaps 1 takeoff. And let's do our performance calculator. Calculate our values here.
This way.
129, 131, 135. Okay, wow, we must have a light load today, passenger-wise. Okay. And we must have a major headwind on takeoff and not many passengers. That's all I can say based on those speeds.
Welcome on.
Okay. And yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and set the altimeter. It looks like in Nashville right now, the altimeter is
Hello.
2985 in inches of mercury. So I'm going to change this to inches of mercury because we're flying over the US and not over Europe.
Good morning.
Always check which type of measurement your country uses when flying. Okay, so we're 2985 inches of mercury for altimeter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a look and see if the Nashville Tower is still online. If it is, I'm going to be really happy. It is! Yes! 118.6. Okay. So we know we've got Nashville Tower on 118.6. And the switch, very sensitive. Okay, so our flight is loaded. We got our cargo and passengers loaded, which is excellent. I'm gonna just go ahead and clear this notification on the fly pad that's telling me that. And then I'm just gonna go back to the Phoenix dashboard. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen in on tower. And, okay, so my guess is they don't want me to talk to them until I need a taxi. Let me double check that. Okay, cleared transition. Okay, maybe they do want me to talk to them before taxiing. Yeah, I might just go ahead and see if I can get pushback clearance, and if the ramp is actually uncontrolled, then it's uncontrolled, you know. So yeah, let's go ahead and now that the flight's loaded, let's go ahead and start the APU. Get that rolling. So, okay, we're gonna let that APU tick up really quick here. Let it do what it does.
Southwest 1412, ready for taxi. Southwest 1412, contacted, departure 19.35, good day. 19.35, Southwest 1412. All stations, contact departure 19.35 for further ATC services, good day.
Southwest 1412, Nashville departure, Roger, runway 20 center, taxi via Tango 6, Lima, Tango 4, Sierra 7, cross runway 31.
Okay, so the APU appears to be available. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit APU bleed. And we're going to disconnect external power. I'm going to turn beacon lights on, strobe lights auto. gonna tell GSX it's time. Get ready for pushback. Prepare for pushback and departure. Josh asked, how did you learn to do all the flight plan and calculation stuff? So, I definitely am not able to calculate much, but when it comes to getting the flight computer ready...
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Definitely learned a lot from watching guys who are real air...
Central Aircraft, National Airport 8, information. Romeo's current altimeter is 2987.
Sorry, I was just listening to that. I've really learned a lot from watching guys who are actual Airbus pilots who have YouTube channels that talk about how they go through, like the process they go through. So that was really helpful. And also just doing some study on my own, looking...
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
I did some study on my own looking at the Airbus and how it operates and stuff, which is always a lot of fun. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Nashville Tower really quick and ask for pushback clearance. I also need to check and see what stand I'm at, because golly, it's very important.
Locking gear.
Okay, I'm gonna check. I gotta tell him what stand I'm at, or else he's gonna be really confused. Like, where are you? Okay, so I'm at stand Charlie 16, I believe. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Nashville Tower, hello, this is United 4811. I am ready for pushback at stand Charlie 16.
United 4811, Nashville departure. Ramp is uncontrolled. Pushback at your discretion. Advise and ready for taxi. Information. Romeo is current. Expect 20 center for departure.
Ramp uncontrolled. Call when ready for taxi. We have information Romeo on board. Expect runway 20 center. United 4811. Okay, so if we're gonna do 20 center, I gotta go back to the MCDU and I gotta change this runway.
Fly 1113, descend and maintain 5,000, maintain 210 knots or greater.
Okay, doing Kirsten 3, we're still doing Olsey. That doesn't change. That's weird. You know what? It's fine. Get it figured out. Okay, so my iPad, I'm gonna go ahead and change it to, so that way I can get a picture of what the departure looks like. A funky departure. Here. Okay. Yeah, you just fly the runway heading, never mind. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now I gotta go to performance. I gotta re-enter the speeds because I need the runway. For any of you out there who are a real Airbus pilot, I'm sure you can tell me why I needed this. I do not know the reason. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and push back, and I kind of have an idea of which direction. We're probably gonna push back tail right, so I'm gonna go to back, and I'm gonna go tail right. And of course...
Norm rate 69 Kilo November, contact Memphis Center 132.55. Have a good day.
Release parking brakes, please.
Release parking brake.
Verify that's 132.55.
Push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, so we're starting the engines and we're pushing back. So there is progress being made here, people. Progress is being made. Love this beautiful United livery.
Fly high 1113, descend and maintain 3,000 feet or discretion.
If anybody knows how to see the liveries on VATSIM, please let me know, because it would be nice to actually see what that guy's paint job is. Just saying. Okay. Well, okay, so engine 2 is probably almost completely started up. Should show a veil here.
Fly 11, the airport is at your 3 o'clock and 5 miles report site.
Oh, this is that variant where the engines take a little longer. That's okay. Variant of the A320 where the engines.
Fly 1113, right, you are cleared. Visual approach runway 20 right.
Looking for a veil right here.
Please set parking brake.
Leave a veil shit. Yeah, or actually right here, yeah. Veil, so I'm gonna hit engine 1. And like GSX said, I'm going to set my parking.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
And then I'm going to tell GSX that we've had a good
Cockpit
engine
to
start.
Southwest 1412, the wind is 210 at 5, fly runway heading, runway 20 center, clear for takeoff.
Gear.
Okay, so we're things are groovy right now. Just already started up engine 2, and now what we're gonna do is start up engine 1. Let's take a look at this engine. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Nothing like the sound of a beautiful engine. Beautiful jet engine getting started up. Wow. Man, they really added a lot of detail now in the Phoenix for engines. Nice. Nice. Okay, well that engine is...
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Done in just a second. Yep, it's ticking up right there.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Thank you, GSX. Thank you. Okay, so now that that's available, we're going to switch us back to middle. Turn off the APU feed because we don't need it. Turn off APU master. Gonna arm our speed brakes. And then flaps 2. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn some lights on. We're gonna turn runway turn off light on. I'm gonna turn our taxi light on. And now I'm gonna have another conversation with you guys and talk about taxiing. So let's talk to the tower. Nashville Tower, United 4811 is ready for taxi.
United 4811 Nashville departure, runway 20 center taxi via Tango 4 Sierra 7, cross runway 31.
Taxi runway 20 center via Tango 4 Sierra 7 and cross runway 31 United 4811. Okay, Tango 4, so we're going to cross a runway, we're going to cross runway 31, and guessing our entry to our departure runway is Sierra 7, or our holding point. Now, I will say, the other day there was a huge this was like yesterday, there was a huge close call because some guy was getting on the runway when he was told to hold. And this happened in Chicago, and thank God the Southwest pilot saw it and at the last minute did a go around. But you know, it's just so important to pay close attention to which runways you can cross and which runways you cannot, because in real life that can have a huge impact on the situation, like we just saw in Chicago.
Southwest 1412, say altitude leaving. Southwest 1412, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000, proceed direct to Sandy.
Josh, I agree. I never get tired of seeing the old United liveries. They just look classy. United just does a great job with their paint jobs, man. Okay, so we've been told we can cross runway 31, runway 31, and we're coming up on that runway right now. So we're going to go ahead and cross it, but before we cross it, we kind of look both directions one more time just to make sure. Last thing you want to do, just cross the runway right when someone's trying to land. Just ask some guy in Chicago the other day. Okay. Awesome. One. Maybe give the engine a little bit of extra juice. Not just sluggish. Okay, so for the sake of directions, I'm gonna...
Fly 1113, wind is 210 at 5, runway 20 right, clear to land.
Sierra 7 is off on our right. That's our holding point.
United 4811, the wind is 210 at 5, flight runway heading, runway 20 center, clear for takeoff.
Fly runway heading on departure, runway 20 center, clear for takeoff, United 4811. Okay, so I'm going to slow us down a little bit because we got to do a couple things. So we've been cleared for takeoff. We've got to do just one or two more things before we actually get this off the ground. So very quickly, I'm going to put flaps 1, and we're going to put these switches off to the right. And let's do this. Let's punch it. Toga.
United 4811, say altitude leaving.
At 2,000, climbing 4,000, United 4811.
United 4811, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000, and turn left heading 180. Correction, left turn heading 090.
Climb to 15,000, left turn heading 090, United 4811.
Southwest 1412, contact Memphis Center 132.55.
Flap 0. I'm going to change our heading here.
Have a good day.
We're also going to go up. It's supposed to go up to 1,000 feet, so all of that instruction. And,
United 4811, continue left turn heading 040.
Continue left turn heading 040, United 4811. Okay, but he wants us to keep turning, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Man, Nashville is pretty. Very, very pretty place. You got the lake, you got the river, you got rolling hills. That's Tennessee for you. Beautiful place.
Delta 2020 affirmative.
Beautiful place. I've been there many times. Highly recommend Tennessee.
Delta 2020, roger, just stand by 1 moment. Break fly high 113, where are you parking tonight?
Okay, so,
Fly 1113, roger, left turn when able, join Bravo, short of runway 31. United 4811, proceed direct to Sarah.
Proceed direct, Sarah, United 4811.
Yep, you got it. Charlie Echo Romeo Alpha Hotel for United 4811.
Charlie Echo Romeo Alpha Hotel for United 4811.
Delta 2020, runway 20 center, taxi via November, Tango 4, Sierra 7.
Just gave us a waypoint that we're going to go directly to. This is pretty common on departure in VATSA. Probably also going to give us a higher altitude in maybe about a minute or so. But in the meantime...
Fly high 1113, you can continue to parking via Lima, cross runway 31. Have a good night.
And I love Flight Sim 2020. Okay. Well, take a look outside. have live weather on, but as you can probably already tell, I don't have live time on because I want to be able to see like daylight so you can see the scenery and stuff.
Delta 76, Nashville approach, good evening. Information, Romeo is current national altimeter 29087. Expect vectors for the visual approach, runway 20 left.
Yeah, so he's probably going to give us a higher altitude in just a second. I know it's coming. Not going to be at 15,000 for that long. I've been told there's a big update coming for Flight Sim 2024, and I have a feeling it's
United 4811 contact, Memphis Center 132.55. Have a good evening.
Contact Memphis Center at 132.55. Have a great evening. Take care, United 4811.
Delta 2020, you made the wrong turn there on Tango 4. No worries. Are you able to next right on Sierra?
Okay, so we've been handed off to a different
Delta 2020, roger. Runway 20 center, taxi via Sierra, Sierra 7.
and it looks as if that frequency is Memphis. So, man, VATSIM, you guys are awesome to have this much coverage on a Wednesday night.
Negative. You can just make the next right on Sierra and Sierra all the way down to the end, Sierra 7 to 20 center for Delta 2020.
Okay, Memphis Center 132.550.
No worries. I make that mistake all the time as well.
Okay.
Yeah, understandable. All the
Alright, so we're going to talk to Memphis Center. I think the skies are a little crowded, so I'm going to listen in before I talk. Make sure I'm not stepping on somebody. Memphis Center, hello, this is United 4811 on the Krista 3 departure from Nashville. I am at 15,000 feet inbound Sarah.
United 4811, Memphis Center, climb maintain, flight level 390.
Climb and maintain flight level 390, United 4811. Okay, so we've got that all-important clearance to go up to our cruise altitude, which is really high today. We're going up to the stratosphere. We're going really, really high up today at 39,000 feet. I'm going to turn off these lights because I don't need them right now. I'm going to retract. I'm actually going to retract the landing lights.
And envoy stand by 1 second here.
Disarm spoilers.
United 156, are you on frequency? United Airlines 156.
I love the fact that Memphis sounds like Memphis. It's got a great Tennessee accent. Awesome. Adds to the realism. Yeah, how are you guys doing out there?
He's on 3297.
I'm curious if there's a livery I haven't tried that you guys want me to try sometime. Because I got a lot of different paint jobs from different airlines, but there's always something new out there.
Envoy 3737, wind 340 at 10, gust 20, runway 26, flight runway heading cleared for takeoff.
But Josh, I'm with you, man. I like that United livery. I mean, I like Alitalia a few days ago doing the Italian airline. That was Has anybody tried the Inabuild the Inabuild 350 yet? Because like I know today is release date for that, so there's many ones out there.
Double 63, contact Indy Center 128.22, good night. United 4811, contact Indy Center 128.22, good night.
Contact Indy Center at 128.22. Have a great night, United 4811. Okay, so, man, we got handed off fast.
American 3741, Missile Center.
Memphis for a second, and now we've been handed to Indianapolis.
Delta 1530, your Lima airspace to the north, Kansas City Center is offline, radar service is terminated, frequency change approved, good night.
Okay.
Are we going to Delta 1530, exactly. Envoy 3737, say altitude.
United 156, sorry about that, we never got the handoff, but we're with you 240, looking for the set.
United 156, Memphis Center, good evening. Welcome to send via the Swift 2 arrival, Nashville landing south of Nashville, altimeter 29087.
Landing south 29087, descend via the Swift 2 arrival, landing 156.
Okay, yeah. Indy Center is very busy right now. There's a lot of planes, so one thing I'm definitely going to do is hold off, wait for a second before I say anything, because I just know that whoever this guy is, he's probably dealing with a million airplanes. I'm going to just give him some space. Let people talk. Indy Center, hello, this is United 4811 on the Krista 3 departure from Nashville. I am inbound to Olsey at flight level 235, climbing flight level 390.
At 4811 Indy Center, welcome aboard. All I needed to know was your call sign and altitude.
United 4811 and 238 climbing 390.
Yeah, here in the U.S., we already see all that information that you'd have to tell most other controllers like in Europe.
Oh, thank you so much. That saves me a lot of time. United 4811. Yeah, I forgot. I'm so used to doing European flights. I'm used to having to give my entire biography to each radar that I get handed to. Whereas in America, they're not. They mainly just want they just want the headline. They don't want all of them. It's the same way with getting clearance too. I mean, in the United States, if you do VATSIM over the U.S., you get that clearance through the ACARS, or you get the clearance through vPilot at most airports, not all, but most. Whereas in Europe, I mean, you're doing the whole clearance process verbally. Speaking of things I need to fix, we've got nothing happening after Olsey. Go ahead, clear this one. I think I saw that. Wait a second. Follow my flight plan. After Olsey, we got IIU.
American 2394 Indianapolis with you, 32,000. Sorry, flight level 320.
American 2394 Indy Center, welcome aboard. Clear direct Hitman.
Direct Hitman, American 2394.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to make sure I fixed that part of the flight plan because for some reason the flight computer had forgotten that I'm going to India uniform, and I had to remind it. Very doesn't happen every day. So yeah.
Southwest 1679, descend to reach level 300 within 7 minutes, maintain level 300.
Alright, we'll start demo 200 and speed it to the main. Southwest 1679.
Indianapolis Center, Southwest 1640, level 400.
1640 Indy Center, welcome aboard.
And can 1640 get 10 minutes away?
Let me know when you're back.
Wilco, 1640.
And Southwest 1679, descend and maintain level 300, best rate.
Best rate, level 300, Southwest 1679.
And Southwest 1679, contact Chicago Center 134.87.
3047, Southwest 1679, good night.
United 4811, clear direct bonnet.
Clear direct bonnet, United 4811. Sorry for the late reply.
Well, at least you did reply. I've had several people have had to call like 4 times.
Hey, well, you're doing a killer job, man. Keep doing it. Thank you.
I'll keep doing it till the FAA sends me my invite to the Academy.
It's coming soon.
Hope you'll get it.
I'm in the process, but you know, it's the U.S. government. They're slow.
They should put put you at the front of the line, pal.
Yeah, I've heard though you're not supposed to mention VATSIM at all when you go to the academy, or even when you get to your facility.
Why is it bad? Is it bad for kids to tell that?
Yeah, there's a word called VATSIMisms, and it's that for a reason.
I got no idea.
Okay, so one thing I just absolutely love about VATSIM, the guy we were just talking to, so it sounds as if he's in his training to be in air traffic control for the FAA, and that's just really neat. It's just really neat to be talking to guys that are in the middle of training and stuff. And it's cool to also get to talk to a lot of people who are real world pilots, because there's many of those on VATSIM.
And Delta 1964 across Colts at and maintains level 300.
And on top of that, this guy just gave us a wonderful shortcut. He gave us a bonnet, which gets us to Chicago faster.
Delta 1964, it's level 300, 300.
Oh, 300 for 1964 at Gold.
Okay, so let's take a look at the cabin. See how things are.
Delta 63, Kansas City Center is closed. Radar service terminated. Free exchange of route. Delta 1927, contact Memphis Center 132.55.
132.55, good night.
Delta 1964, contact Cleveland Center, 119.87.
119.87 for 1674 CO.
Indy, how's it going? Delta 350 Heavy level 385, I'm level 400.
Delta 350 Indy Center, welcome aboard.
Hey, Indy, request, okay, after Louisville for Delta 350, after Louisville, we get swayed.
Delta 350 after Louisville direct sway.
Thanks, after Louisville direct sway, Delta 350.
Yeah, did 4811 descend and maintain flight level 300.
Descend and maintain flight level 300, United 4811. Okay, so this is unexpected, but even though we're about 200 miles out, we're actually going to go ahead and start our descent. So, but part of that is this fella running Indianapolis Center. He was gracious enough to give us a shortcut to Chicago. We know, so we were able to cut off some time, shave off some time on our flight, which is great because we're probably going to be in Chicago in less than 30 minutes. So, whoever's running Indy Center, thank you. So we're just going to do exactly what he said. We're just going to go down to 30,000 feet and on outside.
Indianapolis Center, good evening. Delta 218 Heavy with you, passenger flight level 380 for flight level 400.
Delta 218 Indy Center, welcome aboard.
Just to give you an update, right now we are flying over the great state of Indiana.
American 2394, descend and maintain flight level 310.
We're about 200 miles away from our
Alright, and the 310, American 2394.
They don't call Chicago the Windy City for nothing, so landing might get interesting if we get some strong wind, especially considering the fact it's February. You never know how strong it's supposed to get when you're trying to land at O'Hare like we are today. that's part of what makes this fun.
Indy Center, Southwest 1540 is back.
Welcome back. American 2394, contact Memphis Center 132.55.
Alright, 13255, American 2394. I've been
Indy Center, good evening, Walker 3182, King Air at Covington with Sierra, ready to taxi, request 27.
Walker 3182, Indy Center, runway 27, taxi via Mike. Information Sierra is current.
27
Indy Center, United 369er at flight level 350, en route to Juliet, uniform Delta Delta, India. At 369, Indy Center, you are ready to contact. Next time you call, you hear someone reading back something, please let them read it back first. Roger that. United 4811, center maintain, level 280.
Center maintain, flight level 280, United 4811. Okay, so we're gonna listen to the man. Go down 1,000.
And Delta 350, clear direct Swade.
Oh, sweet, direct Swade, Delta 350.
Exiting Indy airspace. Just a couple minutes.
And Delta 218, climb and maintain level 410, clear direct hold.
17410, clear direct hold. United, or Delta 218.
Go ahead and put Chicago Center on standby.
And Indianapolis Center, Delta 1286, passing flight level 370, climbing 400.
Delta 1286, Indy Center, welcome aboard.
Yeah, the reason I'm putting Chicago Center on standby is I know I'm about to exit Indianapolis airspace. And I know I'm about to enter Chicago airspace, so might as well go ahead and put that on standby so that way whenever it's time for me to switch over, I'm able to do it quickly, especially if you're on arrival like I basically am. You want to be able to switch frequencies quickly so that way they can get you lower faster. You're on your way to the airport.
Walker 3182, short 27, right? Excuse me, ready to go.
Walker 3182, the winds are 250 at 5, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 27, Walker 3182.
Indy Center, Presidential 15, 27 to the northwest of Pocket City, flight level 353 and descending 290.
Presidential 15, Indy Center, radar contact, send via the MBL 5 arrival, Louisville, landing south. The Louisville altimeter 2 at 979er.
Alright, 2979 landing south, descend via MBL 5, Presidential 15.
Indy Center, Delta 350 request.
And Delta 350, go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like they're landing south there in Detroit. After Persuade, can we join the Animal 3 arrival?
Delta 350, it'll probably be assigned that by Chicago.
Alright.
United 4811, contact Chicago Center, 134.87.
Contact Chicago Center at 134.87. Have a fantastic night. See ya, United 4811.
As far as I know, there is no requirements for me to have people on like a correct SID for their landing direction at Detroit, and never have.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and talk to Chicago. But I'm gonna
Delta
wait.
1485, cross Tinder at and maintain flight level 210.
Wow, Tinder is waiting.
Cross Tinder at 210, Delta 1485. Delta 7700 is going to be the same for you, cross Tinder at and maintain flight level 210.
Alright, Tinder at maintain flight level 210.
Yeah, I'm going to wait.
Number 903, Whiskey Bravo. Clear direct fire. Clear direct fire, 93 Whiskey Bravo. SecJet 8E11, descend and maintain level 190. SecJet 811, descend and maintain level 190. Number 93 Whiskey Bravo, clear direct fire, descend and maintain 1000. Direct fire and down to 1000, 93 Whiskey Bravo.
Chicago Center, hello, this is United 4811, inbound Bonnet at flight level 280.
Yeah, at 4811 Chicago Center, will additional aircraft will be closing up here in about 10 minutes.
Hey, Chicago Center, Delta 860 Heavy, we're back.
Roger.
Chicago, don't close on us, guys. Need you. Another thing about Chicago I don't understand is that they don't have, like, their star chart does not have
Chicago Center 6811.
altitude information on different people.
ExecJet 811, I got you.
Thanks, man. Down 190, executive 11, sorry, our P5 crash.
No worries. ExecJet 8E11, descend and maintain 190, cross 30 miles northeast Northbrook at and maintain 4000. The Let me get you the altimeter, stand by.
30 northeast of Northbrook 4000, exact 11.
Exact 11, that's correct. Executive altimeter 2982.
982, thanks.
Center Boeing 12, heavy with you, 8,500, climbing 15,000. Boeing 12, heavy Chicago Center, climb maintain level 340, and leaving 10,000, resume normal speed. Okay, up to flight level 340, minus 12,000.
Chicago Center, Southwest 456, flight level 1,000. Chicago Center, Southwest 452nd, and flight level 1,000.
Chicago Center, Delta 1. Last aircraft on answer, say again, please.
Chicago Center, Southwest 452, second imaging, flight level 1,000.
This is South 452, Chicago Center, climb maintain level 340, resume normal speed.
Climb 340, resume normal speed, Southwest 452.
Southwest 1679, contact Chicago approach 119.0. 19, thanks, Southwest 1679.
Center Endeavor 5535, leveling off at 10,000, maximum forward speed.
Endeavor 55, 35, roger, gotcha. Roger, thank you. Chicago Center, Delta 166. And Delta 166, go ahead.
Be advised, even though I have Flight 7 arrival plugged in, it keeps giving me transition Gibbons, so I'm heading towards Gibbons and then coming in. I guess it's going to meet up with runway 10 Central.
Alright, I'll tell you what, vectors for the descent, turn to the left, heading 360, descend and maintain 1,000.
Left 360, and then descend down to 1,000. Delta 166, heavy. Center, Boeing 12.
Boeing 12, heavy, go ahead.
Yeah, we're having issues with our thrust here. This thing is not speeding up. Could we level off here at 15,000?
Yeah, that's fine. Boeing 12 heavy, climb maintain 1,500.
Okay, climb maintain 1,500. Boeing 12 heavy.
Delta 1480, cross Tinder at maintain level 210.
Alright, we'll cross Tinder at 210, Delta 1480.
And looks like everybody's getting ready to close up here. Endeavor 55 to 35, radar service terminated, change advisories approved. Have a good night.
Want to talk to you before? Have a good night, Endeavor 55, 35.
And Delta 166. Just continue that left-hand turn heading 360, descend and maintain 1,000.
Continue 360, descending 1,000. 166, steady.
Number 903, Whiskey Bravo, we're all closing up here. Chicago approach is now offline. Radar service is terminated. Change advisories approved. Have a good night.
Going over to advisory, and thanks for your ATC. You have a good night. Night to Whiskey Bravo.
All right, go ahead. South 452. I'm going to try to get you an early handoff, standby. Delta 1485, contact Cleveland Center 119.87.
1987 Delta 1485, good night.
South 452, contact Indy Center 128.22.
Indy Center 128.22, South 456, make sure service here.
Yeah, 1572, contact Cleveland Center 119.87.
119.87, United 1572, good night.
Thanks, Sector 811. Approaches offline, radar service terminated, change advisories approved. Have a good night.
Have a good night, thanks.
Alright, got that from my computer.
Center Boeing 12, we continue our climb, that's right to flight level 340.
Then Boeing 12, Raj, climb maintain flight level 340.
The 340, 12.
Endeavor 5535, radar service terminated, change advisory approved. Have a good night. And you had 1510, we're getting ready to close up here. Radar service terminated, change advisory approved. Have a good night.
United
And Delta 1048, radar service terminated, change advisory approved. Have a good night.
Direct said Delta 1048, thanks.
And Delta 860, radar service terminated, change advisory approved. Good night.
A lot of clouds over
And
Chicago.
Delta 4, 1480, just want to confirm cross Tinder at and maintain level 210.
Firm cross Tinder at or below 210.
And Delta 7700, contact Cleveland Center 119.87. Delta 7700, Cleveland Center 119.87.
Alright, 119.87 Delta 7700.
Delta 1480, Cleveland Center 119.87.
Alright, 1987, Delta 1480, have a good night, see ya.
Night. Boeing 12, contact Indy Center 128.22.
Indy Center 12822, good night, 112, heavy.
And United 4811, we're closing up here. Radar service terminated, change advisory is approved. Have a good night.
Switch over to advisory. Have a great night, United 4811.
And Delta 166, turn right and you can proceed as requested. Closing up here. Radar service is terminated, change advisory approved. Have a good night.
Switch over here to Unicom.
Over to advisory, thanks for your help. Have a good night. Delta 166,
Okay. And Chicago Center is now closed.
We'll miss you, Joe.
Hey, have a good night. See you later.
Have a good one, thanks for the service.
Okay. Go over to Unicom. And we really need to start descending here. getting really close to Chicago O'Hare. It looks like for the time being, no coverage over Chicago, but we're going to go ahead and land there. And we'll just have to coordinate with the other pilots on our way in. But, do this. Getting real close. My goal is to land a little bit smoother than last time. Last time it was okay, but I really want to try to hit that 200 feet per minute or less threshold. And also be in the landing zone. You can do both things. Alright, what do you guys think about this approach into Chicago? Like, clouds are kind of clearing here a little bit. That's good. It's a little calmer than it was earlier. Alright, we're really getting close to O'Hare now. Chicago traffic, this is United 4811 inbound Hanny on the VEEC 5 arrival. Just let me know if you need me to speed up or slow down to make space. Okay, so yeah, I'm just kind of wanted to throw that out there to the pilots around there because right now Chicago's plenty busy and everyone's having to coordinate with each other. So the number one thing I don't want to do is, try to land when somebody's crossing the runway. Apparently that's been an issue in Chicago. That one was not the pilot's who was landing's fault. I think it was definitely the pilot who was crossing the runway without clearance. It was definitely that guy's fault. I listened to the radio on that one. Yeah, basically the private pilot or whoever it was basically just blew right past the area he was supposed to hold at. And so our goal is to not do that, actually. ILS approach that we're going to be on in just a sec. Okay, so on final at Buda, 300 feet. Okay, and then at Ray, also 20, well actually route of 4,000. Scratch that. At Ruta we get 4,000. At Ray be at 2,300 feet. But one thing that I definitely, especially if you're doing like an RNAV approach, then really want to check the corresponding charts, get a feel for what you have to fill out so much of it. But yeah, we're very close here. Y'all, I can see Chicago from my window. I guess this would be the suburbs. starting to get into the greater Chicago area. Excellent. So, check our altimeter again. Yep, 2979 inches. Okay, that's speed. Hopefully the wind gets a little calmer the closer we get to the ground, because 35 knot crosswind could be a little difficult. And take a look at the VATSIM map and see who else is approach. If there's any other arrivals for me taking off. But what I'm going to do is, you know, if you get into a situation like this where, you know, people are having to coordinate via Unicom, it's definitely, when you're getting close to establishing on the ILS, just give everyone a shout out just to let them know, hey, I'm, you know, about 10 or 15 miles out from establishing on the ILS. So that way they know, hey, make way. So this is something special. So if you look at this, actually you can see the skyline of Chicago right over here. That's pretty cool. So the airport, you're very, very, very close to the airport. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the localizer already. We're not using it yet, but I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to need it. Once you get within 20 miles or so of the airport, you can turn on, and if you're below 10,000 feet, I believe you can turn on the localizer just to get a feel for how far you are from the airport, and also just kind of get your bearings as far as glide slope goes. Man, it's so cool to see Chicago out the window there. Flight Sim 2024 scenery is a work in progress, but by George, we're going to get there. It is. There's a big update coming, and I think it's going to really help things look more realistic. Alright, so we're getting close to our final approach here. Anybody got any tips? Anybody got any advice for this landing? I'm going to get some peeks on how the landing goes. Alright, we're going to be landing runway 10 center in Chicago today. Restart this localizer because the signal's getting kind of... try to get this right. Chicago traffic, United 4811 is about 15 miles out from establishing on the ILS for runway 10 center. That's Chicago traffic. So as you can tell, we're parallel to the airport, going in the opposite direction as our approach, and that is because we've come from the east, and so we're gonna try to link up with this approach at Uda, because Uda is kind of the beginning of final approach for us, and we don't necessarily have to use the transition that's programmed in there, because this current situation, we just need to be ready on final. I'm going to go ahead and check the VATSIM radar again, just to make sure that nobody is same zone as me. And of course, it looks like there is Delta 166 and also small jet. That's just brilliant. Great. Fantastic. Delta 166, this is United 4811. I just want to make sure that I don't end up in the same spot as you. Which runway are you headed for? He doesn't respond. Really what I'm going to do is just give him space. That's the best thing you can do on here is if you're on Unicom and you're trying to get everything landing-wise cleared, sometimes the best thing to do is just give people space.
O'Hare traffic, Emirates 5 Whiskey Romeo, taxiing 10 left via Victor 3 Golf Golf, November Zulu 410 left. Chicago, O'Hare traffic.
Yeah, because this guy didn't respond, I'm going to go ahead and give him wiggle room. That way he and I are not bumping into each other. Delta 1011 Aviation says hello. Hello to you as well. Good to see you. Hope you're enjoying the flight. Good to have you tuning into the channel. What's going on? Alright, so I'm doing a little dance here with some of the incoming traffic that's off to my right. I don't even think you can probably see it, but there is traffic on my right. So my main goal here is to not run into them, give them space. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go direct to Peepaw here. A hilarious waypoint name. I'm going to go direct to Peepaw, and I'm going to slow this plane down. I need to go into performance mode on approach. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to slow this puppy down. What I've done is Delta 166 is on the same approach as me, so what I try to do is I try to get a hold of him because we're on Unicom and trying to get this all sorted out, but because he didn't respond, number one thing that I need to do is just don't get in the way. I know that technically there's probably a registry where I'm way ahead of him on the arrivals list, but it's a good thing to just not like worry too much about that and instead worry about if the traffic is going to go right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do class 1 here. And as far as I know, this guy's got plenty of space. Any idea when Sim Update 1 will come out? I really like watching this guy, EasyJet Sim Pilot, and he was saying today that he believes Sim 1 Update will be very soon. I wouldn't be surprised to see it in the next few weeks. There's a few things I would like for it to sort out on Flight Sim 2024. For instance, the wind on approach has been incredibly wild and sometimes does not reflect real-world wind conditions. And so if they could fix that, that'd be great. Also, photogrammetry, turning buildings into pyramids a lot, if they could fix that too, that would be good. If they could fix those two things, then I would be happy. I would be pretty happy with that update. And I'm hoping that it drops very soon. Okay, so now we are behind the rest of the incoming traffic to Chicago. And because our heading is lined up runway, one thing we can do is go ahead and go into approach mode here. And so the airplane is already going to start taking things into account like the wind and such. And it's going to really try to get us lined up with the runway for our landing. But yeah, Delta I-1011, I agree, I'd really like to see Sim Update 1 come out, because there's some things that would be nice if they could tweak a little bit. Oh my goodness, it looks like we're going to get a little bit of a tailwind, but that's just wonderful. Fantastic. Only in Chicago, right? Delta 1011 says, yeah, I was flying in Canada and it was a full blizzard even though I changed the weather for that area. Yes, I know, right? It's crazy. Like, you can make it to where the winds are calm and yet it'll give you like a 40 knot crosswind on approach. It's great, great. Like if they could patch that, I would be very happy. I would be a happy camper. Okay, so we're within about 8 nautical miles, so I'm going to go ahead and put the landing gear down. Turn taxi lights on. Chicago traffic, United 4811 is on the ILS for runway 10 center, 8 nautical miles out.
2,500.
Okay, so now that then a little bit closer, I'm actually going to bring this down even more. I'm going to do some more flaps here. Goodness gracious, this wind is wild. And there's a lot of wind, but you know what? It's Chicago. Why am I surprised? Okay, so we're flaps full. We can go ahead and those are on. The auto braking. Our landing gear is down. The flaps are full. Now it's just a matter of getting this sucker on the ground. Well, let's do that. Let's get her on the ground. Alright, how do you guys think this is going to go? went from having a 30 knot tailwind to having a roughly 16 knot headwind. How did that happen? Oh yeah, we're getting close to the Great Lakes. Delta 1011 said crosswind has been a huge issue. Lots of rudder work to get a decent landing. Yes, 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 and yes. All that. That is all true.
1,000.
Chicago traffic, United 4811 is about to land on runway 10 center, 2 nautical miles out. Okay, so I'm letting these guys know I'm coming in hot. Got a headwind, which is good. I didn't keep that.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Okay, so we touched down smoothly, but we did miss the landing zone by quite a bit. Okay, get him next time. Thank you, Delta. You know what? It felt good to be hitting the runway at about 0, or about like 50 feet per minute. That felt good. I just need to work on getting it further into the landing. Okay. Chicago traffic, United 4811 is clear of runway 10 center. So, okay, so we don't have tower at Chicago, but that's okay. We're just going to kind of coordinate. This guy right here is kind of deciding what he wants to do. So we're just going to give him a little bit of space here and let him figure out what his next move. But yeah, that was a fun landing. Definitely took me a second to figure out wind-wise what I was going to do, because we started out with this huge tailwind, and then it switched to a headwind in the middle of our approach. And, you know, if you look at the actual weather conditions in Chicago, those winds don't exactly reflect the real world. So, again, I'm not going to complain anymore, but yeah, if we could get that first sim update and they could work on the wind a little bit, really helpful. Okay, so this guy right here, he might be stuck. Oh wait, no, he's not stuck. He's moving. Live, everybody. You know what? I don't blame him for looking both ways before he crosses a runway in Chicago. I don't blame him for that at all. I watched them. So Delta 1011 Aviation said, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I feel like the PAPI lights work, the PAPI lights work different in 2024 versus 2020. Yeah, I mean, I've noticed there's times where it says I'm super high on the approach when I'm actually like dead center or even a little bit low. So yeah, I kind of wonder about that too. I'm in the same boat. I agree completely. to make sure no one's landing on this runway before I cross it. Chicago Center, United 4811 is holding short runway 28 right. I just want to make sure nobody's on final approach or landing on that runway right now. Okay, so even though everyone has told me they're not on that, or even though no one has said that they're on final approach, I just go ahead and check the map anyway, just to make sure. And I'm also checking the map to make sure nobody is getting on at the moment. Not look like it. Yes, I will be right over there. Okay, so there's a fella over here. I don't think he's lining up right now. He might just be giving me some way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just like the guy in front of me, I'm gonna go ahead and make a right turn over here and take a left at my earliest opportunity and hope this guy doesn't take off right into me. Oh, wow. Okay, so radar just contacted me. That's funny timing. Probably like, what are you doing on this runway? And if he is saying that, I'm gonna feel really bad. Just kidding. But, okay. So, I believe this is an exit. Okay. So I'm gonna get off this runway just in case anyone's taking off for landing, and then I'm gonna hold short of this taxiway, and then I'm gonna get a hold of whatever radar just talked to me. Okay, Chicago is back. We're 875. Okay, well in that case, let's talk to Chicago.
PDC. Expect PDC. Oh, sorry about that. We'll be expecting PDC. American 2351.
Chicago is back, everybody.
Emirates 5 Whiskey Romeo Heavy. Turn left heading 360, runway 10 left at Delta Delta, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 10 left, heading 360, Emirates 5 Whiskey Romeo Heavy.
For 300 Mike Foxtrot, confirm you're descending 10,000.
Oh my, sorry about that, thank you.
Chicago Center, this is United 4811 taxiing along November to the gate.
United 4811, Chicago Center, taxi United Gates via November, Alpha 10 Alpha.
Taxi to the gate via November, Alpha 10 Alpha, United 4811. Okay, so actually I'm still getting instructions. This is great. November, Alpha 10 Alpha. So let's get this plane moving. We're not blocking somebody's.
FedEx 121 cross, Boone at and maintain 11,000, the O'Hare altimeter 2979er.
Come back for FedEx 121.
FedEx 121 cross, Boone at and maintain 11,000, the O'Hare altimeter 2979er.
Oh sh. Frozen.
Cross Boone at 1,000, altimeter 29.79er at Boone, FedEx 121.
Yikes.
Southwest 1640, runway 31 center, cleared to land.
Clear to land 31 center, Southwest 1640.
I just thought of something we can fix with the new sim update then. I'm moving. Oh. And I'm not out of fuel. Do I use yoke or a side stick? Yes, I do use...
Number 300, Mike Foxtrot, turn left heading 120, vectors for descent.
120, Mike Fox.
missing.
American 1439. Disregard.
Yeah, there must be some kind of weird glitch because this plane won't move. But I don't have the parking brake on. Or, I mean, I do there, but... Come on.
American 1439, contact Cleveland Center 119.87.
Cleveland Center 119.87, American 1439. See ya.
Good grief. Come on.
Number 5 Whiskey Romeo Heavy, radar contact, stay altitude.
2,800, Emirates 5 Whiskey Romeo.
Emirates 5 Whiskey Romeo, come and maintain flight level 330, clear direct, Rainer.
Turn on the APU.
Flight level 330, direct Rainer, Emirates 5 Whiskey Romeo. Heavy.
That helps. Man, this is awkward. If there's some poor soul behind me right now.
Emirates 5 Whiskey Romeo Heavy, passing 13,000, resume normal speed.
Passing 13,000, resume normal speed, Emirates 5 Whiskey Romeo Heavy.
Okay, yeah, no one's behind me. Try and see if I can reset the engines. Sure, this is very entertaining for anyone watching my plane is stuck. I think Microsoft would fix this if I told them.
Number 300 Mike Foxtrot, descend and maintain 3,000 and cleared direct Catney.
3,000 direct Catney, Mike Fox.
Alright, so I'm gonna try something radical. Do this. Go down to 0. Off the engine. Obviously there's an engine. Aha. The engines won't even turn off. Huh. Alright, I'm gonna use a GSX trick.
Number 300 Mike Foxtrot, 12 miles from Tatney, cross Tatney at or above 3,000, cleared on Ave, runway 27 approach.
Clear for the approach, Mike Fox.
Okay, so I'm literally gonna teleport to a gate because my plane is stuck. So let's do that. Just see if this is. I have a feeling this is. Oh, wait a second, is this paused? Oh my goodness. That's what was going on. That is hilarious. Okay. Well. I feel like an idiot. Wow, that was hilarious. I didn't even realize I had paused the sim. I must have hit some hotkey that I've never hit before. Okay. Well, live and you learn, I guess. That was funny. That was legit funny. And that is how you get out of a jam. You accidentally find out you hit a button you didn't think you hit. So Delta 1011 says, I'd rather get a good, well put together update instead of a crappy one that has been rushed. I am in full agreement with you. Absolutely. I 100% support this. Okay. I am with. Okay, so I'm gonna go Alpha. We're gonna pick a gate here. Thanks for hanging with me, guys. Sorry I had the weird glitch after landing. Missed the landing zone by a little bit, but at least landed at like basically 10 feet per minute. So like it was smooth, it was butter. It's just next time I want to touch down a little quicker, I guess. Alright, so go ahead and make sure.
At Chicago Center, American 2351 Heavy is at Northport with information. Delta, request taxi.
So obviously.
American 2351 Heavy, are you able to accept runway 9? See, 9 right.
We absolutely can take 9 right, American 2351 Heavy.
American 2351 Heavy, runway 9 right, full length, taxi via Golf Zulu, cross runway 4 left on Golf.
American 2351 Heavy, taxi to runway 09 right, full length via taxiway Golf Zulu, cross runway 4 left at Golf.
Close enough to where that jet bridge will connect, that jetway will. With GSX, it just kind of depends on the day. It depends on the airport. You know, in Atlanta, pretty much all the jetways will connect to you. If you're in Timbuktu somewhere, there's no guarantee. So, okay, so I think this jetway will connect with GSX. Let's see. Let's see if it happens. If it works. Does work.
Delta 1542 cross Tinder at flight level 230.
Okay.
Tinder at 230,
Go
Delta
ahead and turn off our
1542.
engines. And then, I'm gonna tell
You are currently
GSX.
parked at the wrong parking position.
Yes, I know GSX. I'm changing gates. Calm yourself down.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position. You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
Okay, so I'm gonna do something special here. It's called restart. Restart battle. I'm gonna restart GSX, and that should only take about 2 seconds. And
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
parking.
Number 300, Mike Foxtrot, runway 273 to land.
Parked at the wrong parking position.
On GSX.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
Hey, Chicago Center United, 567, very good evening. We're on taxiway Charlie, awaiting taxi instructions.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
Okay. Well, it won't be.
United 567 Heavy, O'Hare, Chicago Center. Runway 9 right, full length, taxi via Golf Zulu, cross runway 4 left at Golf.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
Runway 09 right, taxi Golf Zulu, and cross runway 4 left at Golf. United 567.
Alright. You know what, GSX?
Delta 1284, Kansas City Center is offline. Restrictions terminated. Change to advisory frequency approved. Bye-bye.
Over to 122.8, Delta 1284, thanks for the
wrong parking position.
I get it. Yeah, crazy. Like literally the jetway's right there. Like usually
You are
GSX doesn't
currently
do this.
parked at the wrong parking position.
On GSX.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
Yeah,
FedEx 121 Heavy. Expect the ILS from a 10 center approach to set and maintain 7,000.
Expect
You are
the
currently parked at the wrong
10
parking
center
position.
ILS approach to set and maintain 7,000. FedEx 121 Heavy.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking
American
position.
2351 Heavy, turn right heading 180, runway 9 right, cleared for takeoff.
Turn right heading 180, runway 09 right, clear for takeoff, American 2351 Heavy.
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
yeah, this might be a GSX thing that needs to be fixed. Okay. So
The boarding
there
requested.
we go. Aha, determination. Determination. Now let's see if it connects. Come on. Come on, guys. You can do it. You can do it. Yes. That's what's up. That is what's up, everybody. Okay, so obviously it's telling me to open up the cargo doors. That makes sense. So Josh says, I'm eager for an update as well. It is so overdue. I agree. Delta says, I have to go. Have a good night, and I'll see you next stream. Hey, you too. You have a great night as well, sir. Thank you so much for tuning into this. Hope you have a fantastic night. Good night to you.
Passengers to boarding
And
started.
thanks for watching. Stream. Okay, so we're going to get deboarded here.
Good evening, Chicago Center, Envoy 323 as at flight level 340.
Convoy 323, Chicago Central.
Okay, yeah, there's the people moving. They're moving. I guess they're deboarding the back of the plane first. But yeah, what'd you guys think of the flight? And also, if you've been enjoying this, please subscribe. But love to hear you guys' take on this. What you think? Josh said, what is the plan for your next flight destination? That's a good question. I think my next flight will be Friday night. And I've noticed that on VATSIM at nighttime, the Western Hemisphere is much more open than the East. So I'm probably going to do something either over maybe like the West Coast of the US would be a lot of fun, or also like Latin America. I think I've only done one flight in Latin America, and that was Puerto Rico, which was tons of fun. But I need to do another flight over Latin America, maybe Brazil, maybe some Argentina or something like that. I saw Sao Paulo, Brazil was getting VATSIM coverage the other night, which was good. So I was really, but maybe I need to try that. Maybe I need to go to Brazil.
Delta 1542, Cleveland Center is offline. Radar systems terminated. Change to advisory frequencies. Please connect.
Here, Tom. See you.
Other perspective on this deboarding here. Love the cameras on the Phoenix.
Number 300, Mike Foxtrot, welcome to Moline. You can exit right here on the runway 31 and stay parking.
Dude is awkwardly just staring at me. Yeah, but you can kind of see people walking out the
Number 300, Mike Foxtrot, you can taxi.
Just there.
You said the terminal?
Yeah, Josh said, I think a South American flight, Asia or Australia would be...
So do you want to go... GA's on the south side of the airport. Do you want to go east or west on Alpha?
I'd love to do an Australian one. It's the Viking Man. Viking Man.
Number 300, Mike Foxtrot, taxi to park via Alpha, good night.
This is the guy on the cover of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, right?
American 2351, radar contact, say altitude.
American 2351 Heavy is passing 5,200 feet for 400.
American 2351 Heavy, cleared direct to Cedo. Climb and maintain, flight level 400.
Direct to Cedo up to flight level 400, American 2351 Heavy. Thank you.
American 2153 Heavy, next time read the chart. Top altitude on the O'Hare 8 is 5,000.
Roger that, we'll pay attention for next time. American 2351 Heavy, thanks.
Somebody got called out for not reading the chart. That's happened to me. Does that happen to any of you guys? It happens. Blow right through that altitude and they're like, hey, read the chart. And then everybody and their mom is on the radio and they can hear it.
It's 5 Whiskey Romeo, contact Minneapolis Center 133.4, good night.
133.4, Emirates 5 Whiskey Romeo, good night.
And Chicago Center, United 567, holding short runway 09 right, fully ready for departure.
United 567 Heavy, turn left heading 070, runway 9 right, cleared for takeoff.
Turn left heading 270, 09 right, clear for takeoff, United 567.
Thanks,
Josh. 567 Heavy, turn left heading 070.
Turn left heading is 070, sorry about that, clear for takeoff, 09 right, United 567.
Okay, I'm going to just disconnect from VATSIM. I'm already at my gate and they don't need to hear from me anymore. Yeah, Josh, bro, you gotta love Assassin's Creed. I had to throw that in there because, man, that dude, for all the world, he looked like a Viking. Some of these people I seriously think look like famous actors. In a sort of AI creepy way, you know? Like, I think I've seen a couple of these people in movies. Yeah, this guy just randomly just looks up and stares at me. Kinda weird. I love how, like, GSX actually has got some people on their iPads, got some people reading magazines. It never has anyone getting up during the flight to use the restroom, though. So, I don't know if they're gonna add that for getting out of their seats. Gotta love the deboarding process. No wonder. Man, it's starting to empty out here a little bit. Yeah, I just love to know what you guys thought about the flight. That landing was interesting, where the wind changed very abruptly at the very end, so it felt smooth. Like we touched down very smoothly, but man, I should have been down quicker. I think we were just a bit past the landing zone, but we were close, and we were close. And that guy, everyone else is left, and he's just glued to that magazine. He does not care. Like, you know what? Forget getting off this plane. I'm just gonna wait for the next flight and fly somewhere else. Wasn't enough for him to fly from Nashville to Chicago. No, he wants to go on an adventure. Oh, never mind. He's leaving. Well, that was fast. I like these seats. That guy was in Hunger Games, I know. But these seats, seriously, look at that. Just the level of detail that Phoenix puts in these is incredible. And if you pick different liveries, oftentimes the interior will be different on Phoenix. You don't get that from other things, so with Phoenix, it's kind of neat that oftentimes when you pick a different livery, the interior of the plane will be different as well. Like Delta's got its own stuff, Scandinavian Airlines got its own stuff. Great. Thin Air is one of my favorites. They got some cool stuff inside on it. I feel like I'm doing an ad for Phoenix. Okay, so we just deboard 2 more people. I don't know where they are. It looks pretty empty to me in here.
Do you want to deboard crew?
No. Okay, well, you know what? That concludes our flight. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing night, I mean. And you guys take care. Peace, and please subscribe to the channel.